It's always quiet when it happens. That moment when you realize you're not as over it as you thought. You told yourself you were fine. You said the pain had faded, that the memories didn't sting anymore. But then it's 1:27 a.m., and suddenly your heart starts remembering again. Every word, every laugh, every goodbye that still echoes. You lay there, staring at the ceiling, trying not to think, but the silence gets louder. You feel it building, that pressure in your chest, that ache that never really left. And you wonder, why now? Why tonight? Because healing doesn't ask for permission. It just comes back when it wants to. It's like grief, but slower. Like missing someone who's no longer yours, but still feels close enough to touch. You thought you were past it. You smiled more, laughed again, you even prayed about it, and you really believed it was gone. But sometimes God doesn't remove the feeling instantly. He lets it sit, so you can learn to lean on Him, not the memory. He lets you feel the ache, not to break you, but to rebuild you. Because pain has a strange way of revealing what still matters. And tonight, it mattered again. Maybe not the person, but the part of you that loved deeply. That's what you miss. The version of you that still believed, the one who still hoped. You scroll through your phone, pretending you're just bored, but really you're looking for something familiar, something that feels like them. A song, a quote, a memory. And you catch yourself smiling, then hurting for smiling. You whisper, "I'm fine." But God hears the tremble in your voice. He knows you're not fine. Not tonight. You roll over, pull the blanket tighter, as if it could hold you the way they once did. And you close your eyes, but your mind keeps playing scenes you thought you'd deleted. The laughter, the promises, the way they said your name. It's cruel sometimes how your heart remembers what your head tried to forget. You breathe in deep, trying to release it, but it lingers. Because love doesn't disappear. It transforms. It goes from presence to memory, from comfort to lesson, from warmth to wisdom. And even though it hurts, you realize something sacred. God is in the middle of it all. He's not rushing your healing. He's walking through it with you. There's a reason He allowed this to resurface. Not to remind you of what you lost, but to remind you who He's becoming through you. You're still being shaped, still being softened, still being seen. Sometimes God lets the pain revisit you, so you can see how much stronger you've become. You don't cry like before. You don't chase like before. You just feel. And that's growth. That's maturity. That's healing in motion. You wipe your eyes. You breathe again. And you whisper, "God, I thought I was over it." And He whispers back, "I know, but I'm still here." He doesn't judge the relapse in your emotions. He doesn't shame you for missing something He removed. He understands the in-between. He sits with you in the ache. He waits for you to look up. You start to realize maybe it's not about getting over it. Maybe it's about learning to carry it differently. The pain won't always disappear, but it will start to make sense. You'll see the beauty in the breaking, the strength in the softness, the lesson in the loss. Because God never wastes pain. Not a single tear, not a single sleepless night. Every wave of emotion has purpose. Every late-night memory has meaning. It's all part of the story He's still writing. You glance at your reflection in the dark window, and for a moment you see someone new, someone who survived, someone who still believes even after being broken. You smile softly, not because it's over, but because you know God's not done with you yet. The tears dry slower now. The ache isn't as heavy, but the lesson stays. You learn to thank Him for the process, even when it stings. Because the same God who allowed the heartbreak is the same God who's healing you through it. You whisper again, "Why does it still hurt?" And somewhere in your spirit you hear, "Because you loved deeply." And that's never a mistake. It's not weakness to feel. It's proof that you still have a heart that God can use, a heart that still beats, even through the breaking. You start to breathe slower. The tears stop falling, and the silence starts to feel softer. You realize you're healing, even now. Not perfectly, not instantly, but faithfully. The memories don't control you anymore. They visit, but they don't own you. You can think of them without drowning. You can miss them without losing yourself. And that's where God's grace shows up. Right there, in that quiet middle ground between pain and peace. He reminds you, you're allowed to have nights like this. You're allowed to feel. You're allowed to still care. Because caring doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. It means your heart. Broken beyond repair. You're not behind. You're not weak for still feeling it. You're just human. And humans were never meant to heal without God. So tonight, don't fight the feeling. Let it soften you. Let it teach you. Let it bring you closer to Him. Because one day, you'll look back on this same night, and you'll whisper, "That was the night I finally stopped fighting my healing." And maybe, just maybe, that's when you'll realize you were never really over it. You were just learning how to love again. Through Him. Fade out. Soft piano, dim room, a single lamp light. You close your eyes, and in the quiet, you feel peace again. Not because it's gone, but because you're no longer afraid of the feeling.